Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show. I am Skip.
And I'm Sha'ron, the Princess of Chocolate and Sparkles.
And all the good stuff out there. How is everybody? We want to say hi to everybody. Thanks for joining in. This is the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show, and we are part of the Psychic Spectrum Radio Network. And we want to welcome you to all of our shows here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, and soon to be others that we are adding. Yeah, I got figured out 2 more we're going to do.
Oh.
So we are here, and we would like to take your questions today. We have something we're going to talk about or touch on a couple different topics, and we're going to have some fun, some laughs, and answer your questions along the way. So here we go. Who are you going to say hi to?
Oh, gosh. Well, all the ones at the all the peeps at the showcase. I miss you guys. Just keep hanging in there. I'll be there at some point. And hello to John in Tacoma. I didn't get sent out for the lunch thing, so that date's passed. But we'll get on to that. We'll get it at some point. And also to all the ones that are listening on the archives, thank you for joining when you can and being loyal enough to tune in and see what us crazy people are talking about. And also to the ones that join us here on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. It's good to have you guys, and thank you for your loyalty also and for understanding kind of what we're about. Also, we see Allison and Michelle Harris and Carol DeForest and Crystal's on, and a couple of 4 up there, so they're coming on. So any way you look at it, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's still
22nd.
It's sunny out, but still chilly here.
Yeah, it's chilly, but the sun's out. Too bad about the Pope.
Yeah, that was something.
To everybody involved there. That was it's kind of in a religious, cool way that he could come out and bless the people on Easter, and then the day after.
And then he passed away.
I thought that was pretty cool. And he did it to the end. You know, he didn't feel good.
Yep, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more today.
And that just shows the reverence of the guy and what he really believed in and what he taught. He walked his walk and he talked his talk. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm glad he's out of pain, because he's been in a lot of pain for a long time. Yeah. So as someone on some television show said yesterday, he's with the Father now, and that's so true. He should be feeling much better.
Yep, and you don't have to be a Catholic to feel sad about this, because no matter if you're a Catholic or a Buddhist or whatever you are, he is one of the leaders in the world for spirituality and religion and morally based, I guess I should say, things. So
he's kind of he's one of the grounding elements of what us as humans should be like, strive to be like, and hold values and respect, treat people right, yada yada yada, all that stuff.
Michelle said that's sad.
It is. It's sad. I guess I don't know how long it takes. What they say, 2 weeks or a week to pick another one.
I don't know, something like that.
I read it, but I don't remember. I remember there's white smoke that comes out
when they pick him at
the Vatican or something.
Linda is with us. She joined in, said good to see you both.
That's going to be an interesting process.
Yep. Yeah. Michelle says, missed you guys. where I'll put it on the screen. There she is. So,
Well, it's nice to be missed.
yeah. But we're
So,
glad you're here with us.
Yeah.
Did you
So-
say hi to Derek and everybody?
I have not. I got off track.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying hi to the peeps and hi to John in Tacoma and also Johnny Dollar in New York and Derek, wherever you are. And to all the ones that just hang in there with us and make this fun. And because without you, we wouldn't be here because we'd be just sitting here talking to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are part of what we do. So thank you for that. And thank you to all the ones that come in person and support the showcase and talking the other side, the other events that we do. So we're very grateful.
Mm-hmm.
We are. We don't do this. This doesn't boost our ego. We're very grateful. We're very grateful that you're open enough to understand and give us a chance to bring messages through from spirit and your loved ones and
Talk about
and help
spirituality
everybody out.
and life and all
Yeah.
those good things.
Yeah, keep an open mind. If it fits, keep it. If it don't, throw it away. Yeah, and that's what part
If
of
it
the
fits, you
spiritual
must
ladder.
acquit.
The spiritual ladder of learning and understanding is having an open mind
Mm-hmm.
and being open to different views and different values and different viewpoints. Not maybe agreeing with all of them. That's fine. But if it works, keep it. If it don't, say I don't think so. And throw
Yeah.
it away.
Michelle's in Coral Green. I think
Oh,
that's
Michelle
Florida.
says I always try to get on, never do it.
Michelle,
Oh, I know that one.
Michelle, go to YouTube and type.
No, I think she means she tries to get on, but she forgets about it.
Okay, I know, but I'm just saying, go to YouTube, click on, or search out Psychic Spectrum Radio first. Then when you get there, click on subscribe and click on the little bell next to it, and you will get notified every time there's a show on. It'll be a reminder.
That's
So-
true too. Yeah, yeah. So but
She
you
says,
know
I
what?
tagged her. You tagged
Her,
who?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe she tagged us. I don't know.
I don't know. But I'm glad it happened.
And
Whatever.
Militant Unicorn is on from Peru. She
Ah,
joined in.
Cool.
She's in Peru.
Oh, coral green. She said coral green.
Yeah, and she says, okay, I'll try.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That way it gives you, hit that little bell and the thumbs up, and it gives you a notification of when we're on.
Oh, it says
Yeah.
she tagged Carol
Oh, I see.
or Coral.
Well, I thought I said coral.
Coral Green.
Coral green.
Yeah.
I thought I read it right, but I could have been wrong. Wouldn't be the first time.
So you got some comments
But-
and some questions up there already.
Well,
We'll
yeah,
get
we
to
do.
those in a
Well,
minute.
So let's get started. So we have the 22nd today, April 22nd. It's 2 days after Georgie's 79th birthday.
Yeah.
That's a friend of ours that sometimes comes on, sometimes don't. But anyway, that you have to have it on Easter, so
Mhm.
that was like a big family thing there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so today comes out to be an 8 numerologic. Say it.
Numerologically.
Thank you. That won't come out of my mouth. And it's all about,
Blah.
you understand what comes out of my mouth?
Yeah.
But it's all about balancing spirituality and abundance. And what that means is you don't have to be exceedingly rich to be spiritual. You don't have to be exceedingly poor to be spiritual. You can balance it. You can have a little bit of both as long as you do the right thing with what you got.
Mhm.
So that's kind of cool. And I picked, the stone, which to me is going to be the stone of the year, really, is rose quartz. It's just all about love and emotional healing. And so I'll probably pick that a lot during this year just because of what it stands for. It's a pretty common stone to where it's not, unless depends on where you get it and what shape it's in and what they've done to it, but it's not that expensive. And it's just something you can put by your nightstand, put it in the room, any room. It just helps the vibrations in that room become more positive and have loving energies. So the affirmation I have for that is I love myself unconditionally. And I chose that one because I really believe in this world the way it is right now, we don't, all the name calling and all the finger pointing and all going on in all directions for everything. I think we need to center ourselves and say, we're okay. I love myself just the way I am.
Yep. And there's your stone, rose
Quit trying to
quartz.
change yourself for other people or other groups or other whatever. You just be yourself.
Debbie joined in
Oh, good. Hi,
down in
Debbie.
Copperas Cove, Texas.
So that kind of brings up brings up. That kind of summarizes what I have for housekeeping. But we do have to do the card of the day.
Do we have one of those stones
Oh my gosh, yes. I have it, I believe, polished and rough cut.
in an orb like that?
No.
We don't?
No.
Okay.
Why, you want one?
Yeah, I like that. That's
Oh,
really pretty.
We can get one.
I could.
I have it in a rough cut, big stone rough cut. That's kind of cool.
A big stone rough cut?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you mean here? I can show that.
I mean,
There's one.
Yeah.
That's a rough cut.
That's a rough cut.
What's it called? Rose quartz.
Rose quartz. Yes.
All right.
It's just a good stone for overall healing of the heart chakra, putting out loving vibes, amplifying loving vibes. I mean, it's just a cool stone.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle says that she's on now and she's on YouTube.
Oh, she is. Okay.
So, she was already subscribed. I see. Well, click on that little bell then. You make sure you get notified.
Yeah.
And Smith in California, I
Okay.
believe, Smith CA. I think that's California.
Well, or it's her initials. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out maybe.
We'll find out. And also, there's somebody else joining up here, Deb Clements.
Oh, that's
is
a new
with
one,
us.
isn't it? Or do you know a Deb? I don't know. A Deb
No, I
Clements.
have a sister named
You
Clement.
do? Yeah. Yeah. But
Clement.
I don't know if there's association there or not.
I hope not. JM made it. Yay, JM.
I hope you're feeling better. I didn't see that text till later, but I did what you suggested, and I think it must have helped. So that's good. Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, yes.
It's Tuesday, and it's like, what is this? April has 30 days, so we have 8 more days of April, and then we have, isn't it May Day on May 1st?
May 1st, yeah. May Day.
Yeah, so the world's already in a May Day situation. But anyway, I digress. So it's time for the card pull. So, I mean, I really would like to get a better card, because that card, when you said what it was on Saturday, I wasn't real thrilled with that.
Okay.
But it was what it was, and it was.
Yep.
I mean, I can't argue the point. It was what you said it was. And so I want to move on to something.
Okay, so here's the cards. I mixed them up earlier today.
Again, I'm going to be dead.
I'm going to fan them out, and you pick what our
Okay,
theme is going to
there.
be
Come
between now and Saturday. Because
Direct
the one
finance,
you
Spirit,
picked on
direct me to
Saturday
pick one that's good
actually
for all
was
of
it.
us. Here we go.
So here's what you got to look forward to, kids. What's yours? You look up.
Okay, now this doesn't feel right. I get feelings over here. So we're going on this side, right in here. This one.
Oh, God, that's terrible. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Well, first off, there's no cards that are terrible.
No.
It's just what they represent and what you have to go through.
And I'm just joking.
I know.
However, this card is about being the spiritual warrior, the person who gets in there, makes things happen, and does stuff. Okay? This card is upside down. And what that means is that we're going to have to get in there and do something, but we're going to do something different. We're going to take the bull by the horns and just do what you got to do and knock stuff out. That's what that is. So don't think things are going to flow. You can approach things with the same mindset or do the same things. This is doing something different in all the things you do, or even if it's just one major one, one significant one, you're going to have to take the bull by the horns and do things, but you're going to do them different. Okay? So
is that, I guess that's a
good thing, because you got the power to do it. So recognize that and utilize that ability, because you don't have to follow the regular plan.
Even if it is just opening your mouth and giving what you say or what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Now, Michelle says, who is it for? Who is what for, Michelle? I'm not sure what you're saying.
It's for everyone.
Oh,
it's for
it's a card?
It's yeah, I think that's what she means. It's for everyone between now and Saturday. Saturday we'll pick it. Yeah, this isn't talking the other side. No, yeah. Saturday we will pick another card from Saturday to Tuesday. So it's what's going to happen to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
This is what is out there for all of us to pay attention to.
Okay.
Yes,
Jam says, good card, I'll take heed. Just that card, that I'm gonna show that one more time. That card just means don't be afraid to do something and look at things that you can do things differently. You can change things. You can knock things out. Just do something and get it done is what that actually means. So be the spiritual warrior. You do things the right way, but you do things that need to be done, and you can do it differently. You don't have to do the normal. So
Well, that's not bad. Kind of gives you some ways of having different ideas, opening your mind to different ways of thinking.
yes. Yep.
You may have the same outcome, but you don't have to do it like everybody else.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, do it your way.
JM says that stone, what was it called? Rose quartz. It helped Sha'ron. Terrible. Let me put it on the screen. Terrible dreams last night. Again, I was trying to scream for John, but all I accomplished was to scare Georgia girl off the bed. Who is the demon? That's a good question.
Well, first off, I want to know why she was going to scream for John. What did she think John could do? It could be, depending on what scenario she's going through, what is it that she's trying to voice or scream about? Because it's like your body wants to scream because it just can't take anymore. I would look up that whole dream. Either Google the symptoms or Google what you thought about or Google what scream itself meant.
I think she's...
I mean, there's something in her subconscious is trying to get through to her. Let me put it this way. My mom for years would have a dream and she was trying to scream. She was running away, but she was trying to scream. And all we could ever hear from her was, she couldn't get it out.
Mm-hmm.
And those dreams finally stopped after her mother passed away. Because she took care of her mother from the time she knew her till she was 98.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there was a long story in between there, but it's like she was trying to get away from that responsibility, but couldn't. And she was trying to scream out, but she couldn't. And so I'm thinking there's probably something in there like that underlying you may not even be aware of, but subconsciously, you're trying to scream out for help or get somebody to notice or whatever. So without you writing down the whole dream to me and I could throw the whole thing down and take it apart, I can't really tell you who this demon is, but it's something subconscious that you're dealing with, that you're just not in the daylight. So in the conscious hours, you're dealing with it, but at night you're trying to get away from it.
But do this, JM. If you do this, go to our contact us page and write the dream out there and send it to us, or do it in an email.
She could text it to me too.
Oh, she could text it to her.
I text back and forth.
Okay, you can text it to her, but details. There's another dream. Today could be dreams, huh?
Yeah, I dreamt about a parrot pecking on my window. So it was so loud. Woke up that morning, that eve, my friend came and said her parrot died.
Her parents.
Well, I think she meant parrot.
Her parrots died, or parrot, or parents, or parrot. Oh, she says parrot right there. She corrected it.
I got it right.
Okay.
One for me.
Parrots. Parrot.
She meant parrot that came out,
Friend's
that
parrot
stupid
died.
autocorrect comes out.
Sure.
Okay, so the parrot was, it's just like humans. We can leave our bodies. The parrot was probably going back and forth.
Well, I'm taking a day off.
And that parrot probably was coming her to let her know.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool if you look at it in the right way.
Yeah. Today's your day, guys.
I wonder if did you and her parrot have a connection of some sort?
Or just a friend.
Yeah, could be a past life thing too. Maybe it was her parrot in another life.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? I'm not saying it was.
Dreams are really weird because sometimes there's messages that come from spirit in those dreams, and your angels and guides bring them to you, or sometimes it's something that your psyche is working on inside, and you don't know which is which.
Crossover will come through and give a message.
Yep. Yeah. People from the other side.
Usually, when you have a dream, kind of like nightmarish dreams, it's usually your subconscious trying to tell you to figure it out.
Yeah,
deal with it. If you deal with it, you won't have the dream anymore.
sure. And premonitions come in your dreams. It happens a lot.
Yeah, so mother did. I mean, she had it for decades, and it wasn't until after her mother passed that she never had the dream anymore. I can go one step further. I'll do a personal thing.
Okay.
For years, growing up as I did, having to share a bedroom and always had a grandmother. It was 9 months with one grandmother, 3 months with the other, until one of them passed, and then it was a whole year of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have dreams where I would pull my teeth out, and I'd pull
In
them
the
out.
dream.
In the dream, I would pull them out, and then they'd grow back, and they'd fall out again. And I look, I got, when you look into the dreams and all that, I was trying to get my voice. And after Grandma passed, I quit having that dream.
Huh.
So it's like you want to say something, but you can't.
Yeah.
And so it comes out in dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
JM
they
says,
were very vivid dreams. I remember looking in the mirror and pulling each tooth out. They would just fall out, come out. It was weird, but I had that over and over and over.
JM says she'll text the details of the dream.
Okay. Yeah, and then we can dissect it and see if we can get some answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
She says she'll do that later. Thank you.
Michelle says, but was
Oops.
shocked when she told me.
That her parrot died.
Yeah, because you don't think about that happening, but you just had, the dream of it coming to you, knocking on the window. So
that would be a premonition. Or maybe a message.
Not a premonition, maybe just, I think the parrot just came over to let her know I'm going to go and to be there for the owner.
Be there for my owner, yeah.
Yeah.
And that does happen.
It's funny, before I sit down here, I thought I ought to get my dream books.
I know, you were looking in books.
And I didn't, because, can you tell me if the window was clear, frosted, dirty, whatever? Because that window means something too.
Yeah.
Let me get my dream book.
Okay, you get your dream book. I am going to go up here. We're going to start from the top on the questions and comments, but I do want to say something, you guys. If you're free and available on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night, we have what's called a psychic showcase, and we do it live in person and live online, and everybody in the room can see you if you join in online, and you can see everybody in the room that's there with us physically. And we do this we start at 5:00, and we go until about 8, sometimes, just to say about 8, and we're done. But we always have a speaker and a topic, and we have a money box drawing. We test your psychic ability a couple of different times through the evening too, and it's fun. And tomorrow night, I am going to be speaking, and I'm going to be speaking on, what's the title? 7 signs that you have a soul contract with someone, why they are in your life and why they are dealing with you. Could be on and off, could be long-term permanent, but the whole point is that you're dealing with them, and why are they there? What are you in their life for, and what are they in your life for? So anyhow, join us with that. But I want to go back up here. Michelle, we'll get to you and your question about snippets of what's coming. We'll do that. And Sha'ron's looking something up here on that. There was one other one. Oh, Militant Unicorn in Peru. Can you listen and read while you're reading? Okay. She says, hello from Peru. Hope all is well. Wanted to share about the accuracy of one of your predictions. I wasn't sure where I was going to stay back in February when I was in Ecuador. And then she says, to be continued. And here it says, you mentioned that you saw me with other healers, volunteering my time with them. I ended up doing a work exchange with a Reiki practitioner on, I'm going to say it right, try to say it right, ayahuasca farm. For about a month and a week, and it was spot on. Well, good. I'm glad that helped.
No, you don't understand. The pain is gone.
The pain is gone. Yeah. I'm glad it helped. No, it's a commercial we have here militant unicorn, just so you know.
Oh, you hear that commercial over and
The
over.
guy
and
says, I'm glad it helps. And he said, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
No, when he says that I took it for 3 times a day, and he goes, and the pain is gone. She goes, I'm glad it helped. He says, no, you don't understand. It's gone.
It's gone. He's with his southern accent. It's gone. Michelle says, then I woke and probably I couldn't get to say goodbye to the owner and came to me to tell her he's okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because did she happen to say what the pane of the glass was?
No.
Okay.
No. Was it clear?
Well, yeah, because the window itself is about perspective and all that stuff. But yeah, I know, JM, it drives me nuts. Having it where am I at?
Michelle? The parrot?
It said it was too loud. I said to stop it. Okay. Yeah. Which, the pecking. That's what I was going to look up. Pecking.
It was clear glass.
Clear glass. Okay. That makes.
This is what she does when she researches dreams that people send her. She's actually really good on dream interpretation because she not only looks through the book and gets the literal interpretation, then she adds the psychic part to it. And so it's kind of good.
A clear pane glass, it's having a clear perspective of what's going on. And I think what she's saying is correct. She knew that if the bird came to her, she had the knowledge that she could then take to the owner and say, he's okay. But I am going to look up pecking. I want to see what pecking means.
JM says that commercial is so nuts. That relief factor that person was talking about that they took, I guess it really does work. But I took it, and it has a side effect.
Yeah, and for you it did.
For a lot of people, it has a side effect. And I mean a lot, because we've talked to a lot of people.
That's why you get a trial sample to see if your body will take it.
Yeah. And you run to the toilet a lot when you take it. So
some people do.
Most people say that. I actually go online and read it. You Google it. You'll hear it. Michelle's with us from England.
Okay, so pecking, it's a lack of acceptance or irritable responses. So that is in reference, I would think, maybe the owner is not as open as Michelle is.
Could be.
And so she would look at it in the right way. So that's why it came to her and said, help her. Help her understand I'm okay.
Or won't see this as a sign. So she needs to come to her so she can tell her. Could that be? It
feels like to me like it came to her so she could give the owner clarity and let her realize the bird's okay. So that's I think she had it right. I do.
Says she doesn't really believe.
There you go. Yeah. Because that's what it said.
Yeah.
Pecking means that they don't accept it. They don't,
Did you hear me say Michelle's on from England?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Do you know the weirdest part of the hardest thing for me to understand is
French?
French. People in my own family and our closest friends that we have had
over the years,
they find it hard to believe that we can do psychic things. Or know things ahead of time and this and that. And you know what? That's fine. Be a skeptic. That's good. You need to be that way, I guess, until you finally learn.
Skepticism is great. That way you're not going to fall for everything.
Right.
But don't throw the dishes out with the dishwater or the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
I mean, give it a shot, open your head and realize there's other things out there that can involve not only the Christian part of life, but the spiritual side of life, and that gifts are gifts.
Yeah.
I mean,
she says, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So
I'm sorry the bird passed, but it's in a better place. It's free. It's actually flying, which is what it needs to do.
Sure.
In more ways than one, you might say.
And Smith CA says, sounds great. Is Smith CA the owner of the parrot by chance? I don't know. Anyhow, let's go back up and start doing some of these questions up here that we got earlier.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I would be surprised if the owner of that parrot has dreams of that parrot.
Because the parrot's contacting her through the dreams. Is that what you're saying?
Getting her to understand
Mhm.
I'm okay.
Helping to understand it. Yeah.
I mean, I
Okay.
wouldn't doubt it. I'm just going out on a limb and saying that.
Well, let's start with this person right here. This is Michelle. Michelle says, "Hi guys, can you give me snippets of what's coming, please? And thank you."
Are you going to do that before I talk? You going to answer questions before I talk?
I just want to
Okay.
answer Michelle's
All right.
because it was so like right at the beginning.
Okay.
Michelle, something tells me that there's questions of the people about the people you that know you or you associate with, hang out with, whatever you want to call it, even work with. But there's people that are going to be doubting you, and even family. And so what I want to say is that not to be prepared to answer these things, but sometimes you just have to look at people, smile, and let them go, and say to yourself, "Bless his little heart." And you know what that's code for?
Bless his little pea picking heart.
Yeah, that's code for. You want to say it?
Doesn't matter what you think.
Doesn't matter what you think.
In nice terms.
Yeah, and that's the nice words for it.
Just love yourself unconditionally and don't let anybody try to change you if you don't want to change.
Oh, okay.
No?
Smith says no. It's other friends. Parrot.
Oh.
Michelle says, yes, I will. So yeah, just you're going to be challenged a lot. People are going to question you or challenge you. And it's like, you don't have to answer. You do not have to justify what you believe, what you do, how you do it.
Yep.
As long as you do it for the right reasons.
And you're not hurting anyone.
And you're not hurting anyone.
Or hurting yourself.
Right. So don't think you have to justify yourself. Just be you.
And don't conform. Don't conform to fit in.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No.
Unless you want to. And then you'll learn, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean.
Okay, let's go
it's called a growing phase.
Right.
Yeah.
People can be horrid. They don't know what you're going through. That's so right. True. That's right. And people are naturally judgmental. And even the people who you think can be the nicest people in the world to you and a close friend, they can normally come out, first of all, from the mind and not from the heart, and they're judgmental. So just smile and say, bless his pea-picking little heart.
Yeah.
So
may they be happy in whatever they pursue or believe.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't expect me to do it if I don't believe in that.
No.
Or if I know different.
Yeah.
It's not so much I don't believe, it's I know different. I mean, Spirit's good. He's given us messages and help people.
Sure.
How can you not believe in it?
Well, for us, there's no way you can't believe in it.
It's not me and it's not you. We aren't that smart. We're just the telephone.
Right. Michelle says, I love that. LOL. And let's say it in the way that we normally say it. If you do things for the greater good of all involved, okay, you don't have to justify, explain, or defend. As long as you did things the right way for all, and that includes you.
And that doesn't mean you're not going to hear people still judge you, because you will.
Sure.
But let it go in one ear and out the other, because you know different.
Mm-hmm. Take it from us. A lot of people judge us. We don't care. They have their belief system. They can have it. She says, I've never been the most confident, but I'm kind. Yeah. But now.
That in itself is confidence. Don't put yourself down, Michelle.
And this card says confidence. Take the bull by the horns and do something, but do it different. Mm-hmm. You can tell people what you want, how you want it. And you don't have to explain, justify, or defend.
I don't think you have to tell people. You just do it.
No, I say you can.
You just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't like it, oh well.
That's right. That's right. Let's talk about our topic.
Did we answer all the questions?
No.
Oh.
I want to talk about our topic first.
Hey, Michelle says my partner Mark passed away on the 5th of February. No.
Michelle, where? What? Where are you reading this?
It's the second one down.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's too bad.
On the 5th of February?
And they never got their house.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm so sorry.
Sad to hear that, Michelle.
Boy, you never know.
On the 5th of February. Wow.
That'd be 9, 10, 11, 17 months and 8. No, that had to be unexpected. Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
That's kind of a shocker. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's Michelle in England
Yeah.
that we're talking about.
Yeah, and she was wanting a house. They were going to trying to move.
Getting the house.
Well, I guess that's why she never got the house.
Isn't that just something? Wow.
You don't have to disclose it, but do you want to say what he passed away from? I mean, was it just something?
He did. We got engaged on the 2nd of December.
Oh.
Whoa. Wow, that's sad. I always felt that there was going to be a connection, like a what do you call it? A commitment connection, which you did on December 2nd.
Yeah, I'm glad he did that.
That's so sad. If you want to, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
But what happened?
I mean, was he sick and he didn't tell anybody, or was it just an accident, or what? That's sad. That one really hits my heart, because that's the least thing I thought. I thought they'd get a house and.
Then my brother David passed away 1 week after him too.
I'll be darned.
Wow.
Double whammy.
Gosh, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
To have to go through something like that. I hope you're doing okay and hanging in there.
Yeah, and I hope the kids are okay. I know it's got to be rough. It's got to be rough. You're just going through a truckload of emotions and all the stuff you got to deal with. And our hearts go out to you.
From Mark.
Or David, for that matter.
That's just amazing, because I'm trying to get a connection with either of them. I don't.
And,
it's been too soon, I think.
Yeah, well,
for
it's
now,
not that long. It's only been a couple of months.
Yeah.
March, April, not even 2 months yet. Well, maybe 2 months. 5th of February, March. Yeah, it's been 2 months, a little over 2 months. Yeah, give them some time to get settled. That it's kind of weird. Somebody will always say, well, how come you didn't know that? Well, Spirit, if you're not supposed to know, Spirit don't give it to you. And apparently none of us were supposed to know. That never even came up as a feeling for me. I knew there was something. It's like he was holding back, but we couldn't figure that out. I wonder if he knew something.
Oh, he had a brain bleed, and he died before he crashed his car. Which caused the crash.
Sure.
A brain bleed. My gosh.
Boy, you never know.
Wow. Well, that's really sad news.
At least he, on a good note, if you could see anything about a good note, he didn't feel the crash.
True.
He died before the crash. He probably left his body and saw the whole thing, actually. But that's a blessing in a small way, that he didn't have to feel the crash. Wow, that's too bad. Maybe that's why. Maybe he didn't. I mean, can you have a brain bleed for a while, or is that something that just goes quick, like
I don't know.
Aneurysm? I mean, because I'm wondering why. Remember, we always couldn't figure out why he was holding back. It was like he wasn't saying something, or he wasn't. Maybe he just didn't feel good. That could be too. Who knows? Oh, that's too bad, Michelle.
Gosh.
Well,
that's a shock.
Take your times. Take your time and deal with what you got to deal with, and give yourself time to feel and grieve, and don't do too much if you don't feel like it, because that's hard. 2 in a row. Gosh. You hate things like that.
Yeah.
Bless your heart. I'll keep you in my prayers. I'll put you on the prayer list, Michelle.
And Michelle, I want you to know, he was 45 and my brother was 44. I want you to know this, that I tried to connect with both of them, and I literally got, which is rare, but I literally got just blank, nothing.
Well, it's not rare, because if they have they just literally passed.
Yes.
So you may not be able to even it's not you can't connect. They haven't gone through everything and healed enough to connect with you.
Yeah.
So give it some time.
Give it a little time,
Give
and
it some time.
we can try this again.
Maybe in 6 months or so.
A couple months could even do it.
That
Who
would
knows?
be 4 months, 4 to 6 months. Let's give them time to.
Yeah.
They got to go to the hospital and their body's healing, and then they got to go through they're gone through their life review, I suppose, by now. But
that just shows you how quick things can happen with people, and
you don't know everything.
No, you don't,
because you're not supposed to.
Right, you're not supposed to know everything.
I'm wondering if because the brother died so close to him, I wonder if they had a past life together.
That's what I was thinking earlier.
Were they really close in this life? I'm wondering, because it's like Mark made way for David. That's kind of strange. Well, it's good to know in a sad way. It's good to know they're both there together. They can help each other out. That's,
and Michelle, just understand when these things happen, they happen. We have no control over it. But because what I'm saying is when it's your time, it's your time. And it's a thing that's beyond our control, but it's something that happens at the right time for him, and the right time can probably look at it as the right time for us also for this to happen, even though I know that sounds weird, but there's a purpose for everything is what I'm saying, and I don't know what that is.
And we don't always understand.
No.
And you may not till you get to the other side and they tell you.
Right.
Because some things you just will always go, why?
How many times have we in our own life here, that how many times have we had things happen, we question it and wonder what in the hell brought that on? How did this happen? How could this happen?
I'm going through one now.
We find out that there's a reason for it.
Well, I'm waiting for it for me.
So anyhow, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you checked in with us and said hi.
Thank you. And thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
See, that's the downside of a 9-year.
Right.
Endings and beginnings.
Right. The endings have to happen to get the new beginnings. And this year is numerologically is a 9. So, and we can expect a lot of endings.
But that also allows brand new beginnings. And it could be that the beginnings couldn't happen for Michelle till those two things happen to end a certain thing. You don't know. But that it doesn't make you happy. My heart breaks for you. And I really wish they were still here. I really do.
And Michelle, I look forward to seeing you on the show with us when you come on, because you're from England. You're in England, and Catherine in Ireland, and her sister who's in England. I look forward to seeing you guys come on, and I have been wondering. I wonder what happened. Where's Michelle? Where's Catherine? Comes in every so often, but she works.
But see, that's another thing that if spirit doesn't want anything to be known. Like we may be psychic, but we didn't know.
No, you can't know everything.
Spirit didn't tell us. We didn't get an inkling. We didn't get a hit. We didn't get nothing. But we did wonder. So,
yeah. Can we talk about our topic for a few minutes here?
What'd you say our topic was?
I want to talk about the Pope's passing.
What do you know about the Pope's passing?
Well, number one, there's different types of orders in the Catholic Church, okay? And I'm not getting onto Catholic or religion here, but I'm just saying this man was a spiritual leader. He was a focus for many, many people, even those that were not Catholic, because they're other religious leaders of other types of religion also merged their thinking, and a lot of things have been revealed in the past few decades, but mainly in the past 3 years, about religious leaders coming together with like minds type of thing, and saying that we agree on the same things and that kind of stuff.
I think at the higher echelon of everything, I think they
understand,
had meetings and agreed. I do. I think they more agree than they disagree.
Right.
That's my own opinion.
And this Pope was kind of a liberal Pope. Okay.
Yeah.
And he
Wait a minute.
liberal. He was very liberal, actually, on things. And he believed that gay people
He did.
should have a place in the church, and
Yeah.
gay marriage can be blessed.
Yes, he was the one that did that or said that. Yes.
And I got to say this: he was a Jesuit priest. Jesuit is one of the orders of the Catholic Church. Jesuits are considered the scholars of the Catholic Church.
Meaning that they study the Bible.
They know more about history, in Catholic history especially, but they're the scholars of the Catholic Church. And he was the first Jesuit priest to become a pope.
Really?
Yep, the very first. Which I thought was kind of cool at this time in the last 12 years he's been pope. So let's say for the last 15, 20 years at the most, but he brought a different type of look and thinking to the Catholic Church. So it opened up a lot of things with, and I don't care if you're against things like gay marriage or you're against Catholicism or whatever, but he opened up a lot of thoughts and made people think, is what he did. And that's a lot of what you and I do, is we open up people to think about the other things, the alternative things.
That's what we're trying to do.
Well, we do. That's what we do. So, like,
one thing that I read about the Pope, I can't remember the country he came from. What country was it? Anyway, he never went back and visited his family or his homeland because he didn't want anyone to say he thought more of those people than anybody else.
Right.
And I thought, wow, that takes a lot.
He never did go back.
He never went back.
JM says Jesuits tend to be liberal, and a lot of us, but they lost a lot of Catholics though because he was a liberal pope.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But you know what?
Because
people are where they're supposed to be for whatever reason. Usually. Yeah, most of the time they're where they're supposed to be. And there's people like, we have a outlook that some people just stop coming to our events, or they stop being part of the radio show. And there's a reason. They're supposed to be doing something else. They're supposed to be learning or experiencing something else, or they're in a spot where they're trying to experience and learn other things, and they figure out, nope, I don't need to be here. I need to go back to where I used to be. And this has happened a lot.
Some people just aren't comfortable opening up and accepting other things.
Right.
I'm sure we all have them and we all know them, that there's people that are their mindset is one way, and they just can't go away from it. So if you say or act or do different than the way they think, then they have to leave because they can't handle it. And that's okay, because that's what they're here either to learn or to hold on to. Who knows? But over the time, with what we believe, we've lost people, and I bless them and wish them well on their journey. But
sure.
I'm not judging how I think or feel by how people react to me.
And maybe we gave those persons who were in our life direction, and they decided and chose a direction, and that's what they're doing. Or
they're just not evolved yet to understand.
Right.
It scared them.
And it scared them. It scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
When we talk about things like near-death experience, angels, Bigfoot, UFOs, energy work, all these different things, it scares people.
Yeah.
And
it takes them out of their norm, out of what they were taught to believe.
One time we were in Pasadena doing an expo there, and we walked up to the building in the morning to go into the expo and get set up and everything. And there was a guy out front who'd been parked there apparently all night with this giant, like 12-foot tall cross in the back of his pickup truck. He's standing there holding it up and saying, "You're all going to go to hell." And we said, "Thank you. We'll do lunch when we get there." So it's like, you can think what you want. That's fine. So JM says,
because that's what makes the world really great. It's everybody has their own way of thinking. Doesn't mean you can't open up and maybe grow, or if you don't want to, you can stay the way you are. That's okay too. But you can't live your life trying to please everybody, or you won't be happy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So what you believe in, if you have proof and have shown proof to yourself that what you believe in is the right way, then don't try to make anybody else believe it.
Right.
Just do your thing and let them do theirs.
JM says that she's longing for another John Paul II. He was a good pope. He was called the Happy Little Pope. That was his nickname, the Happy Little Pope.
Yeah.
So Michelle says, hey guys, do you think the education office will say yes to my report I sent for homeschooling for my daughter? Yeah, I think they will. You might have to have either another piece of paper or talk with them of something, but there's a conversation, I guess, either written or verbal, going back and forth, something about that. But I think, yeah, they will. I wonder, where do you live, Michelle? Because homeschooling in Washington, where we live, is a big thing. Our son and daughter-in-law have our grandkids homeschooled.
I don't know if it'll go as far as this, but it could. You may have to get even something documented by a doctor saying she needs, she's not happy in school, she feels whatever, and that you need to homeschool.
Oh, yeah, good point.
It feels like there's one more thing you may have to prove your point with.
Yeah. But as far as the Pope, I have to say this. I'm curious to who is going to be the next Pope. And the only reason I'm curious for it is because the times...
it's a woman.
Oh, that would be something. But the times that we're going to be going through in the next probably 2 years, the Pope is going to have a part to play in it, whatever that is. Now, see, the Pope, what's his name?
Pope Paul?
No, the Pope that just passed, Francis.
Yeah.
Pope, is that his name?
I don't know.
I'm confused now.
You know what?
Anyhow, the Pope,
I had it straight. You started messing
the Pope
me up.
that just passed, he argued with Donald Trump about immigration. Now, you have to understand that this Pope came from a third world country, and immigration was a big topic.
Pope Francis.
That's what I thought. So it's going to be interesting to see who becomes Pope, what their stance is. So just for the next 2 years, once he's elected or appointed, just remember that it's going to be a significant part in things for us politically and socially.
I know that getting into like Notre Dame, he's coming up a lot now. Yeah. He said the next one will be named Peter, and I guess there's 3 people in line. All 3 are Peter. So who knows? Who knows? They say that'll be the last Pope. But who knows? Who knows?
They said that about. They said that. Well, yeah. There's.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, and what does that mean? Does that, because it said? Let me tell you what it said. I mean, I read I haven't seen the document, but it says that by that this new Pope named Peter something would till 2027, and then it said in the whatever paper that was supposedly written on, it said the end. I don't think it's the end of the world. No, it could be the end of only males are popes. Maybe a woman comes up and becomes a pope. That
would be something.
I mean, maybe the whole religious society as we know it changes. Doesn't mean literally the end. I don't believe that.
No. Now, Michelle,
doesn't feel right. I don't see it.
The Michelle Harris that we talked about, her daughter. Okay, because I was assuming you were in the United States, but she says she's in
Mansfield, Nottingham
in the UK. So 2 Michelles from the UK today. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I think that's a first.
I don't know.
But anyhow, Michelle, with knowing that, looking at it from that stance, I still say the same thing. There's another back and forth to go through, and I think that they will prove it. But what you said
Stick to your
actually
guns.
makes a lot of sense.
It does. I think there's got to be documentation of why it has to happen.
Yes.
So
JM says that most of the cardinals were appointed by Pope Francis, so that's the pool to draw from that are going to succeed him, and so they could be the same mindset. JM says there's a cardinal from Africa that looks very promising. Don't know his name, if his name is Peter.
Well, maybe it's the end of the Cardinals. Maybe they'll go with a robin or a canary next time.
Yeah. Michelle says, okay, that's great. Thank you. So let's go back up here and start from the top and just take questions.
I don't think it takes, what did it say? A week or 2 weeks for them to pick it. They have 30 votes.
It's about 2 weeks total.
They vote over and over until they get down to 2 names, and then it's there. They take whatever 50% or majority, however it goes.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't remember, actually. I did know, but I don't anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I just briefly read some articles, so I'm by no means an authority on what's going on there. But
Linda
said what I read.
Linda says, I carry a ball of rose quartz in my purse. Mine is just like that little ball that we showed on the screen, like that one. Huh, that's cool.
I love polished stones, but sometimes rough ones are cool. Depends upon the stone.
Yeah, and Michelle Harris, when I told her to go to YouTube, she said she did, but she said that she said I was already subscribed. Yeah, but she said later on down here, she said that she missed whether we talked to her here. We talked to her about, she missed what we said. So whatever we said, Michelle, you're going to have to go look on the archive. Go use a podcast app and click on Psychic Spectrum Radio and find today's show. I always put the date right there on the thing. I always put the date of the show so you can go back and look at it. So, okay, now I'm going down the list. Give me a second. Who
is it 4X? I don't know what that means.
What's what?
Michelle says, who is it 4X?
She was who was it for? You were the card and the stone.
Oh, okay. Smith says, me pretty pleased. Did you do Smith CA?
No, where is it?
Right up there under who is it for?
Okay, Smith CA. Smith CA.
I mean, did Smith CA say, I think he also said something if you go back
up.
Whichever.
Go up.
I say up, you call that down. I don't. Right. Hello. Okay.
Coral.
Go up a little more. I mean down. Go up. Ability. Okay. I guess I was thinking he wrote something, but I don't. Or she.
He or she.
Know. Yeah, he or she. I guess not. Okay. We got the power. No, I was thinking they asked something. No, about somebody passed over. Could be wrong.
Smith CA. What I wanted to, I don't know, where are you at, first of all? But it doesn't matter.
Helps skip a little bit.
It just helps tune in.
Yeah.
That's why I ask people to type in. Plus, we like to know where people are coming from. But Smith CA, you've got some decisions to make that are coming up, and you're going to be needing to make your decisions based on what you want long term. So I'm telling you that there's going to be a little bit of turmoil. It could be in job, where you live, where you work. There's some things about turmoil coming in, and I don't mean turmoil in a bad or heavy way. It's just that there's things you're going to have to work through to make smooth things out. So look at, where do you want to be long term as you're going through this. You might just likely have a job change to a different job, different company, something. Or if you're not working, you go back to work. But anyhow, there's change in that. You see anything?
I just see a lot, like a band with a lot of dangly things hanging down, which is telling me she's got a lot of loose ends. And this is a good year, I think, for you to finish up or get rid of what you're not interested in anymore, or what you don't care about. It's like you need to find a purpose. You need to realize what in my life do I really want to do or be, or it's time to fine tune what you're wanting to do in life. And it's like you've got so many things out there, you're not really focusing on just the good things. You're trying to cover all the holes in the dike. And so I'd go get a big bucket of cement and plug up all the holes and start again. That's what, endings and beginnings. Get rid of what you don't need to be working on anymore. Get rid of people that is just sucking you dry, or you're always helping them, but they're not helping you. Start loving yourself enough to put yourself first, to say, I got to make time for me. I got to decide what I want to do or where I want to go, and then head in that direction.
And she says that we are listening in UK on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's.
So she's in the UK too.
Yeah.
All
So
right. It's UK Day.
UK. That's cool.
Mhm.
Debbie has a question here from earlier in the show. She says, what is going on at the right side of my neck to cause such lightning bolt-like pain in spurts? Bone compression on the nerve, tumor on the nerve.
Don't go there.
No,
Why do you go there?
It's not a tumor.
It's not
a tumor. What's
I think it's your pillow.
kindergarten cop? It's not a tumor. No, I don't see tumor, Debbie. What I see, what did you say it was? A pillow?
I think it's a pillow, the way she's laid.
Yeah, I see bone compression, or that's a good way to explain it.
I don't know if it's a compression, but like
a pinched.
Like a chiropractor could help that.
Yes, that's where I'm going with it. And it's the way you're sleeping and what you're sleeping on. And I know that sounds counterintuitive to what you're thinking, but I have to say I see the easiest way to explain it is I see the spine from the back. I'm looking at it, and it's it's the third and fourth and the fifth vertebrae
in the neck.
Mm-hmm. Going down from the top. Do you know the numbers of those? I mean, what they call it?
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but what do they call that area in the neck? Like lumbar is the lower back.
I couldn't tell you.
Let's just say neck.
I know, but I couldn't tell you now what it is.
But I really think you should go to a chiropractor.
Yeah.
So, okay, next one. Did Michelle's dream?
And we can't prescribe.
We're not doctors, can't diagnose, can't prescribe. So there we're legal. Vicky says aloha. I read that.
Cervical
3, 4, and 5.
So it's either the anterior
or the bottom three of cervical.
Cervical, I guess. Yeah.
Where am I?
I would start with that before I even go to those other things. That don't feel right to me.
Michelle Harris says people can be a bit horrid. They don't know what you're going through. And I read that earlier, but that's absolutely true.
Yeah. That is in every phase of life. I believe every generation has had that. I think that's just part of human nature. And it's sad because there's a chance for growth if they'll just tune into it. But people would rather judge than help. A lot of, I've seen a lot of that in my life. Instead of saying, let me hear what you think and, well, let me see it from your point of view, they'd rather just judge.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to mess with their beliefs. And so they don't want to take their comfort zone away. So they're not going to allow you to have a different comfort zone.
Now, Katrina's with us, and she says, Will got a job, and he wants to know if this is going to be a good place for him. Yes, for a while.
I was going to say for a while.
For a while. There's another one going to be coming up that he's going to see the writing on the wall, and it's like it's time to change. This one is there, this other one, and I think I'm just going to go and do that. And he'll be happy with both.
This is a stepping stone.
Right. He'll be
okay with it for a while.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So good, and congratulations. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Terry Cabral. Let me put it on the screen so I can read it. Hello, I'd like to know if my mom and dad are at peace. My father died in 2008 and my mom in 2013. Your mom and dad.
Is that two separate questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mom and dad are at peace. But what they're showing me or giving me is that they talk about you a lot. And don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to say it the way I get it, is that they're wanting you not to be so withdrawn or private. You need to, I don't know, let the world be part of you more. Okay.
He has to start living again.
You're very protective, and yeah, start living again and get back into life and realize that without these other people that are around you, you only let them in so far and then you cut it off. You're very protective, and they're concerned about that. But they're at peace? Yes, they're absolutely at peace. What do you say?
Well, they just showed me a picture of a farm, and I don't know why I see it unless they were there or had the farm, whatever. It's a nice looking farm, but they're both there at it a lot. So there must have been, this could be in their younger years, or maybe they lived on a farm. I don't know. They're just showing me a farm with a lot of open space, and they feel happy there. So
yeah.
As far as being at peace, they're at peace as in that they're not hurting anymore. They're not sick. They feel good. They've gone back to about when they're in their 30s, when they were the happiest.
Mm-hmm.
Happy things happen. They were young. They were whatever. And like Skip said, they are concerned with you opening up and allowing someone to come in and make you happy. And they're wanting you to move on. It's like, don't ever forget me, which you wouldn't anyway, but don't be afraid to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allison had a question that I saw, but I can't find it here. I'm trying to get back to it. Wow, a lot of comments today. I'm really going back here.
That Scorpio's up at top. I don't remember seeing Scorpio after that.
Yeah, I've been trying to find her by the picture.
We'll go down. I'll look for the word. There, right there.
Where?
That card relates to me today.
And there was another one.
Okay.
About her son and her moving.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, Vicky's on. Hi, Vicky.
I've said that twice already.
I was probably looking at some other stuff.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I don't see Allison. If you're still with us, Allison, I'm going to answer.
Is. Go down. You just blacked it out. I was wondering if you could pick up anything on my son and how he's feeling about me leaving town. Will he miss me even though we don't talk?
Your son already misses you, but your son has come to the mindset that it's best for him and probably for you, that the mindset's there that it's best for him if he doesn't have communications with you right now. So, and the right now doesn't mean right now. It means in this time period that we're in. I think that this moving away is going to have some effect to where you might just finally hear your connection or hear your, what do you say? How do you say it? You guys might be back in communications again. Okay. Moving away has something to do with this, and it's not going to be right away, but it has something to do. It has an effect on it, your communications with each other. But yes, he already misses you.
I don't.
Wait, don't answer that. So don't say that yet. Let me say with this. I'm going to tell you about my experience. My mother, I was raised with my dad and my stepmom. Okay. My mother and I had a connection until I was in probably 4th grade. After 4th grade, we moved away to another city nearby. And after 4th grade, I never felt connected with my mom, even though I knew she was my mom and I was concerned about her and everything. I just never had a connection. So there was times that I wanted to, but she wasn't of the frame of mind that she wanted to talk to me. So we just left it at that. And
but you did have that relationship in a way, because when I met you, you would go over to the house.
Yeah, because we tried.
Okay, but so it wasn't that you didn't ever talk. You did talk.
Yeah, we talked.
but she was very cold.
Yes, very
She let you in so far.
right. And that's the way she was raised. So that's the way it is. And I'm not saying that's what your son and you are. I'm just saying that there is still a connection and he does miss you. So when you say, does he miss me even though we don't talk? Sure he does.
I don't know if it's so much miss you as miss the connection he would have if he did talk to her.
Right.
But I don't think he sits there and cries and wishes. I don't think that. He's a stubborn kid. He takes after his father. It
And
feels
his mother.
like to me.
And his mother.
Well, man, the mother's a little stubborn too, maybe. But it feels like he takes after his dad. And so you're going to have to wait. It may be a little bit before he realizes what he's missing. And down the road, and I do mean down the road, it might change.
Yeah. So
But
we
you
did.
got to quit living your life wishing that, hoping he misses you. You got to go on and live your life and just say, well, if he wakes up and comes around, okay, I'll leave the door open and he can come in and we'll talk. But don't wake up every morning wondering if he's missing you. And, it's a terrible thing saying, I mean it in the best loving way possible, but it doesn't matter what he thinks. You've got to go on with your life, love him because he's your son, do what you want because he's your son, send him birthday cards, wish him happy birthday, Christmas, whatever, but don't expect anything back. Do it because he's your son and you love him, not because you want some kind of response.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way you're going to be able to move forward and be happy.
Yeah. And then about the Pope, JM says that they mourn for 9 days. They have a 9-day mourning period. And then the voting begins after burial, and it can take days or weeks. Yeah. But they need 2/3 plus 1 vote.
After they get down to a couple of names.
No.
That's what it said.
But okay. Well, whatever. It's 2/3 plus 1 is what elects the new Pope. So.
That's a little different than what I read, but she would know probably more than me.
But it might be that after they get down to 2, then it's 2/3 plus 1.
Majority, yeah.
The majority.
Yeah.
2/3 majority plus 1.
Why would you need plus 1?
To make it.
If you got a 2/3 majority.
It's 50% plus 1. It's 75 plus 1.
Oh, Catherine's on. Hi, Catherine.
Oh, yay. She made it. Hi. I talked about you just a little bit ago. Hope everything's good. Michelle Harris says, I think my mom, dad, etc. will be enjoying themselves up there. I'm going to say this. When people cross over and they finally get assimilated to that where they are and doing things, they enjoy everything. It's all about clean love happening. They enjoy everything because there's no suffering, there's no worry, there's no pain. It's like you're a little kid and you get home for the night and you've been out with friends or whatever, but you come home and home is home. And it's like they are enjoying themselves. Don't ever think that they're not, because it's all about, it's not their joy enjoying them in enjoying themselves. It's that they are always in joy. So there's no enjoying. They are always in joy. They live in serenity, peace, love, white light. So yes, they do. So
they also can do what they want up there.
Anytime they want. Yes.
Like for people that maybe had a leg cut off, you go up there, you got your whole body back.
You get, you're whole
if
again.
You're sick, you feel healthy. I mean, there is no suffering.
And by body, we mean the ethereal body.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah, I don't mean the physical.
Right.
No.
So, Crystal says, "Will my car last a trip to Seattle?" Yeah, you will. I wouldn't push it at 70 miles an hour.
I'll take it easy, but it should.
Yeah. Allison says, I miss him so much. I just can't understand why he's so mad at me. I think there's a lot. There's
something.
I think there's a lot, Allison, about he's also upset at himself. and the two of you have painted yourselves into corners,
Mhm.
and you're at opposite corners, and
Sometimes he could have wished he hadn't said or did what he did. And he just can't face her. That could be the whole thing right there, too.
that's what I'm trying to
know?
get to. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Just give it time. I know, and time is precious. I'm not saying it's not, but you've got to let him see that you still love him,
Mhm.
you miss him, but you've got to keep going on with your life. You're not going
Right.
to stagnate yourself waiting for him. You can't. You can't.
No.
That's not fair to you, and it's not fair to him.
She said, Michelle Harris says, I understand that. Okay, good. Crystal, with your car, check all the fluids when you leave, and when you get here, check all the fluids. You might even stop midway and check all the fluids. There's something about fluids making sure they're topped off. Michelle says, when I go up there, I'm traveling if I can. Yeah.
You will. You
Yeah.
will. You can go wherever you want.
Yeah. Allison says, thank you. I appreciate you guys.
It doesn't mean
you're welcome.
You're all going to have things you have to do up there.
Yeah.
There'll be classes to attend. You'll be meeting with your other relatives and maybe talking some things out, or helping people that come over from your side of the family or whatever. You may have to help them understand what's going on. I mean, there's things you do up there, but you can go wherever you want to go.
You know, before we get to the last segment here, I want to ask a question. If you could have your choice of who you could meet and talk with right now, who, from the other side, people who have died, put it that way, who would you sit with?
How would they get on the other side if they didn't die?
I'm just making it clear that they were here and died, not people we read fairy tales. I'm talking about real people. Who would you choose to talk to?
Oh my gosh.
And you guys, who would you choose to talk to?
Just one?
Just one. You only get one choice. Who would you talk to? I'm just curious. Type it in.
I'd talk to my dad.
To your dad?
Yeah. I probably would talk to my dad.
Catherine says her mom, Kathleen.
Mm-hmm.
JM, on the Cardinals, she says the Cardinals vote will narrow down to the final few choices. Then who knows why 2/3 plus 1? Maybe math isn't their strong suit. Who would you guys want to sit with and talk? If you could do it right now and say, I want to talk to so-and-so, and they appear beside you, who would you pick?
I think you should ask, who would you pick if it wasn't a relative? Because everybody wants to talk to their mom or dad or whatever. Why not go to the big guy himself?
Militant Unicorn says, I talked to my
Jesus.
great-grandmother, Alice.
Ah,
I'm saying people who were here. JM says her big sister,
Jesus
Susie.
was here, Skip. He was here.
Jesus was, yeah. But my big sister, Susie. Who?
But you probably would like to talk to, especially someone that you knew, that you loved.
Debbie says her mom.
Yeah, because then you can ask them questions and they would answer. Yeah.
Crystal says she doesn't know.
You wouldn't just talk to your mom, Crystal? I wonder.
You would want to talk to your dad?
I would. Yeah, I think my dad would give me answers. He would, he was pretty open about stuff.
I would want to talk to Solomon.
Why?
And his wisdom. Where did that come from? How did he think about stuff?
Well, how did the wisdom and what he thought about came from Einstein?
Yeah, but that's just a little bit of science.
They came in with it.
Yeah. Crystal says she knows her mom is frequently around her, so I would want to talk to Solomon.
Well, I guess you could if you want to.
He knew stuff.
I think when you get to the other side, you know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like everything, once you get to the other side, you understand it all. You understand why that happened.
Yeah, but I'm on this side, so I want to know.
You want to talk to Solomon while you're here?
Yes.
Oh.
I would want to know. Debbie says, if not
Mark
family,
Twain.
Mark Twain. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And it can be family.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
It's time for Sha'ron's Joke of the Week.
I got one little one, and then I got two FYIs because I like to help everybody out when I can.
One little joke.
Yeah.
And two FYIs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's getting summer, spring. We're going to be like people will go camping or whatever, taking hikes. And I just want to let everybody know that if they get lost in the woods, find a possum and follow it, because if you follow it, you will be in the middle of a road in no time.
They're really liking that one. Really liking it.
Think about it. I would say you get out of the middle of the road.
Uh-huh.
You might get hit or play possum in the middle of the road, but anyway.
Okay.
So I thought the other day, because I'm trying to be more healthy, I would do some naked running, and apparently, the term naked running means running without a GPS or music or any other technology, right? The only thing is, I really wish I'd known that an hour ago.
What's the comment here? You got a comment, somebody. Oh, Allison says her dad.
Her dad.
Okay. And your last bit of wisdom?
Well, everything that's going on in the world, everything everyone's going through, some are having tougher times than others. Some are having just tough times. Some are just helping other people out that are having tough times, whatever. I just want them to remember that the tea kettle is always up to its neck in hot water, but it still sings. And a little bit of wisdom. Just take it with them.
That's actually a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So
hold your applause till the end, folks. We're almost there.
Oh, we are there. That's the name of that tune.
I put bees in. You remember that? I put bees in our sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start calling this the bad joke bees. Bad bees. So when you get a bad one, you're going to get the bees. They're coming after you.
It is totally true, though. It is all the way you look at things. Everything. We all have bad stuff happen to us.
Yep.
It will always happen. There'll also be good stuff. But just because life is rotten at this point, for some people more than others, I mean, we all have it, doesn't mean we have to make the whole world rotten. So if you're up to something, up to your neck in hot water and whatever, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, remember that, like the tea kettle, you could still sing and be nice to people, and don't try to bring everybody down to the level you're at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all have bad moments.
That's
all I'm saying.
That we're going to do a show on Saturday and at 1:00, and I want to let's pick that topic. Why does stuff keep happening to me? Why do things keep happening to me?
Because it's life.
But there's other thoughts too.
Okay.
So let's get into that on Saturday. So, but what I have to do here, I'm moving things around on my screen.
I never know with you what you're going to do. I never know. I'm the flexible one in this relationship. I roll with the punches.
So having said that, we do have to call it a day. Okay.
Yes, we do.
So we enjoy doing this with you guys. We really like it. Look, you got smiley faces, hands clapping, and what's that other thing?
I don't know. Possums?
Bees.
Oh, bees.
And laughing.
Just remember.
Thanks for joining, you guys.
Spirit is the cool dude here.
That's right.
We're just the telephone.
But as our theme song
we
says,
thank Spirit so much for this gift. We really do.
What's our theme song?
But like we always say,
that's right.
What a wonderful world.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom and Dad.
Enjoy what you got, you guys, and we'll see you Saturday at 1:00.